We have with us Minister of Labour, Government of Karnataka, Santosh Lad. Uh, how are you doing, sir?
Fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. So basically, when it comes to your ministry, we'll directly get into the questions. When it comes to the Ministry of Labour and Skill Development, you have been earlier been in the same ministry. How is it coming back to the same ministry? What are the ideas you have right now for it?
I'm happy because this last time when there was a period for last 16 months I was there, and last 6 months we were more on the election mode and I could hardly work for 1 year. But I'm happy. I'm glad I'm back to this department, and I still feel. And in future days, I've got many things to do into this. There's so many things to do, and obviously, more than 83% people in this state are in unorganized sector, which is sad. But still, there's so much things to do. Get into new legislations, trying to get some teeth in legislation, and get more grip onto this, and so that we can help larger chunk of people.
Having worked as a Minister of Labour, what are the new things that can be included in the current set of things? Because a lot has changed since 2018, since the last time you were a Minister of Labour. What are the new changes that have happened, even in terms of the way the industry has grown, the way labor, MSP, and other things are seen? So, what are the kind of changes you see now, and what kind of adaptability has to happen now?
See, many things. From a business perspective view, I feel that the small scale industry has been declining. It's not a complaint, but this is how the competitive world is. This is what perhaps I personally feel. And today there's always a gap as the cities are growing faster, and the cost of living is growing much more faster. The basic pay scale is not growing to the tune what it has to grow. So if a common man has to come to Bangalore and he has to live here, have a 3 meals a day, and he has to work 5 days a week or even 6 days a week, and he cannot skip right and left, he cannot have even a small here and there recreation also. With that lot of difficulty, whatever money he's been earning here, it's so difficult for him to survive. It's so difficult to even send money back to home. So this is the catch, is that this is the reality of life. Knowing well, I coming from a mining family, being into business, and I'm very close to laborers, because the reason is all my life I've done business with them only. I started mining with the labor mining itself. I was doing mining with the laborers. So somehow I got more connection. I'm more passionate about them. It doesn't mean that I don't want to be realistic. This is a very challenging time. As such, not only for my ministry, as such, the whole generation is going through a change. And the question which you asked is, yes, it's a difficult time because there's a lot of gap being developed there. I need to get into the groove, understand things, and if in my best capacity and ability, taking everybody into confidence, and basically there are so many trade union leaders are there, have to meet the industries, meet the right people, set the groove, and see to that in my tenure as being a labor minister, wherever I can put things right and try to justify the common man. That would be my motto here.
What are the challenges you think are there currently in labor ministry? Is it the pricing? I mean to say, like, is it the salaries or the other thing? And is it from the industry's perspective, or is it the policy making?
Both. See, policy is there. See, I said no, since 83% are covered or unorganized sector, so you don't know where do they work. There is no accountability as such, and we don't have a system to address them also. And it's a fact, we have to agree today. So that's why we are trying to getting into where I'm proposing to the government. Hopefully, the new legislation, the law minister, Mr. H.K. Patel Sahib, I'm going to meet him personally. I've got some ideas where we want to get into a property tax. So if there is some revenue coming from that sector, so we can cover the unorganized sector. So this is a new thought which I am trying to get and try to implement. And in case if I'm able to get some money from surplus money there, obviously we can address the entire this 83%, not at one go, but in due course of time, in next 5 years, yes, definitely we'll be able to address, because that 83% amounts to around about 1.6 to 1.8 crore people. That is into families, you can calculate into 4. So obviously the chunk of the unorganized sector is it's a bigger task now.
When we say unorganized sector, we are dealing with people with less skills or skills that need to be developed for a particular set of things. So there have been skill development programs. There have been skill development programs both from the center and the state. How far are they working, or what are the kind of things that have to be skewed in it so that they work to the optimum?
The skill is a larger issue. The way we are skilling today and the way we are spending money from the state exchequer, I'm not very happy about it. And I'm blunt and honest, because skilling has to have a particular direction. If not, it has to give some yield. For example, there's some company comes and skills my people or my boys, or let us talk about construction laborers or construction laborer children, yeah, or any sector in any different field, or ITI or diploma or upskill, whatever they're trying to do. That skilling has to have a link with the employment. Whether you do for a carpenter, whether you do for a chartered accountant, whether you do for a degree holder, technical, non-technical, whomever you want to skill, the skilling has to have a related to employment. If not, that skilling or issuing a certificate does not justify for the employment. So I don't think so that will hold any much water, or it will going to help more to the society.
So, see, when I say skills, when I say unorganized sector, most of the time when we say labors, we usually think industries, small scale industries. But there's another chunk of people who are not related to industries, like the gig workers. Gig workers also are at par with, you may not call them laborers, but do they come under your ministry? What kind of,
No.
because they are very specific to the urban set
No.
of things.
For this, actually, I've moved a bill today. So actually, in future days, you'll come to know we are covering the gig workers. In unorganized sectors, yes, there are so many things which we are covering. So just because I've come to your studio, I don't want to talk. But in due course of time, yes, this is already there in consideration. In few days, you will come to know is this would be there into consideration, and definitely the gig workers will have definitely some sort of a social security from the department.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for spending time with SoSouth.